Hello, everyone. My name is Franco. I'm from England, and I'm a junior JavaScript developer, so I'm kind of new to this world, trying to prove myself in this world with all you pros out there. Yeah, so remember that junior bit, because in my story, which I'm going to tell you, that's important. Yeah, so recently I made a web-based app for the company I work for. And it's basically very simple, actually, but it looks quite simple. It's basically a quiz. And the people just use, they use the quiz, answer the questions, and depending on their preferences in the quiz, we give them a tailored Pinterest board for them to upload to their Pinterest account. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And I tested everything and made sure it worked. I tested it again, made sure it worked. So yeah, job well done, right? And then they put it live, and they started promoting it. And they started promoting it on Facebook, and it stopped working. And obviously, I'm like, shit, what the hell? I really thought I checked everything. I really thought it was working. And suddenly everyone's telling me, no, we're losing money. You're costing us money, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh no. So I have to find out why. It turns out, so they were promoting it on Facebook, and what was happening was the customers or users would find this promotion on Facebook, but they'd be using their phones. They'd be using it inside the Facebook app. So they'd be clicking on this link, which would open up inside of the Facebook app. So how many of you, just out of interest, know or have heard of in-app browsers? Oh, all of you. Okay. How many of you had problems working with them? Okay, so maybe it's fairly common then. Yeah, so it wasn't working. Well, basically, what was happening, I looked into it. The customer, I don't know what the correct term is, would use the quiz, and then it would get to the end of the quiz, and it would just reset. It would go to the start. It like the page would refresh. And obviously, I have to try and debug this. But how am I going to debug this in a browser? There's no console log. There's no tools and stuff that you can just pop open like with Chrome or Firefox. Probably running out of time here, but yeah. So basically, I had to do some kind of reverse engineering. I had to actually test everything inside Facebook, and I couldn't use console log, so I found this website on the internet which kind of gives you a console. So I was able to use that to test. I found out that basically this in-app browser wasn't storing cookies. So Pinterest was sending back this OAuth key through a cookie, and obviously that wasn't working because it wasn't saving anywhere. But what it was doing was it was sending a new URL to the user with the OAuth ID in the URL, so hence the page refresh. So obviously I had to figure out state. Obviously I need to save state now, something I didn't have to think about before. So I had to start checking, can I use local storage? Yes, luckily I was able to use local storage. So save the data in local storage. It was a bit kind of hacky, basically. When the user goes to the site, I have to check if they've been there before and if there's any data in local storage, and then reload the quiz with the answers that were already pre-filled. So that was working, got it, yeah, but a real pain in the arse because every time I was testing something, I had to clear the cache inside the Facebook in-app browser. But you can't just very easily clear the cache. There is actually, if you go to the settings, there is a button like delete all data, but it doesn't delete all data because it was still showing me information which, old information. So every time I wanted to test something, I had to delete the app and reinstall it. So, and that took bloody ages as well. It's like, ugh. And every time I did that, I kept getting reminded how Facebook app has 3 out of 5 stars or something, or 2.5 stars out of 5 on the App Store. So probably a good reason for that. Yeah. So what did I learn? I learned that communication. So if I had communicated with the marketing team, I would have known that the problems would have, or the testing that we should have been doing would have been focused more inside Facebook app and not outside and web-based stuff where I could test freely in Chrome and Firefox with all the tools, dev tools available to me. Yeah, perfect, just in time.